brilliant commentary from Jim Proudfoot and Stuart Pearce. But now it's your chance to have your say on your country. 03717 223344. You can also use that number via WhatsApp. Stick it in your phone. Keep it there as WhatsApp and send us a voice note. We'll play out as many as we can. Keep them clean because the rude ones won't go out. I've heard some of the rude ones about me and Jammer. They're not going out, all right? They're not going out. Keep them clean. Send it to 03717 223344. We'll play some of those out. Your thoughts on this, thoughts on Southgate, the squad, the team, the balance, all of that. 03717 223344. That's the number. Jordan, the Chelsea fan, has dialed up. Jordan, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Good evening, guys. How you doing?
All right, matey.
Okay, thank you.
What do you want to say, mate?
Yeah, I was just driving back home, and I heard that England lost. I mean, I'm not really surprised. Just a couple things. I mean, Gareth Southgate is not the man to lead England. It's plain and simple. Gareth Southgate has had 2-3 international tournaments to find his team. Still can't do it. We're still talking about whether if certain players can fit into certain positions. It's irrelevant.
What's happening? Jordan, let me stop you there, mate. This phone call is irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
So
what you're saying is irrelevant.
It's not really irrelevant,
No, it is.
Jason. Because
It is, Jordan. It is, matey.
Jason, hold on, Jason. No, but Jason, if you actually let me finish, right? The reality is, right? I get you're an England fan. I get you want to support the team, but you got to call facts for what they are.
Okay, Jordan.
By Gareth Southgate, as the England manager, England are getting nowhere, and that's just a fact.
Jordan. Nothing's changing between now and the Euros.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, right, if you can't even beat Brazil in a friendly, right?
What do you mean, even Brazil?
Hold on. I'm not finished. If you can't beat Brazil in a friendly with such a fully strength squad, right?
Who?
What makes me convinced that it will beat the likes of Germany, Netherlands, Spain, Italy, France?
Jordan, your phone call is irrelevant.
Why is it irrelevant?
Because
Jason?
nothing's changing. There's no point of this conversation.
I understand that, but from what I'm seeing, I, as an England fan, I'm not encouraged England will win the Euros. I don't think England get past the semi-finals.
No, listen.
And it's not even about based on what I've seen tonight. It's just the reality of it, right? 1-0. England with a fully French.
Honestly, you fans kill me. Honestly, it's a friendly. It's a friendly, Jordan.
Jason, you got to be real about it. Like, you have to be real. And it's okay to criticise, you know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Players, I don't think there's anything wrong with the players itself. I think it's the tactics, the way England was set up. Why can't England beat Brazil even in a friendly? Why can't England beat Brazil in a friendly?
England don't, because England struggle to beat the top, top 10 teams in Europe for starters. So that's why we've lost. The best striker that England's got, Harry Kane's not playing. Saka is our best player on the right. He's out injured. So we were weak as well as Brazil were weak as well. And we're just not clinical. Underneath Gareth Southgate, we are just not clinical. There was not one single clear-cut chance where you look at that game today, it was, we should have really scored that one. There was half chances here and there throughout 90 minutes.
We had chances. You're right. They weren't guilty.
You give me a chance where you go, that should have been a goal.
No, I agree with that. You're fair. But Harry Kane is withdrawn from the England squad and will return now against back to Bayern Munich. Will not feature anywhere against Belgium on Tuesday evenings. That's probably the best for everyone. Best for England. Best for Bayern Munich. They're chasing, of course, the Bundesliga, but that's not going to happen. But that is the reality of it. And this is another thing, isn't it? Calm your skin down, right? Ollie Watkins has been brilliant this season, right? Big boots to fill, Harry Kane's. He's not going to feature. This is a moment in time that Southgate can use this to try and find out the right formula, because there is going to be, at some stage, injuries, suspensions. Saka and Kane missing are huge for England. Bellingham is the boy. If we don't go into this tournament with Bellingham, then...
Well, we saw the difference after when he came off.
When he came off, the game changed. And I think we need to bear that in mind as well. Changes made. You made a great point in the green room. You said as soon as the changes were made, a goal will be scored and you fancy Brazil to get it. Bellingham's gone off. The best player on the pitch.
And the reason I said that is because he's the best player on the pitch, and that was the only creativity coming from England.
Yeah.
So as soon as that goes, then there's no really pressure on Brazil. they was like, all right, you took the best player off
I
now.
have to say, Gemma, I felt for Foden because the momentum changed. We didn't have the grip on the game. I felt it was pretty even, actually. They had good chances. They had the better chances. But there wasn't a lot to choose between the two sides, I didn't think. But Bellingham going off.
There wasn't a lot, but I think Brazil had the better chances. Vinicius Junior should have scored. Rafinha should have scored. Paquetá hit the post.
Yeah,
So, he should
have been off, by the way. Paquetá.
Yeah, he was a lucky boy.
Gareth Southgate will join us in about 60 seconds' time, so stay tuned and we'll hear what Gareth has got to say with Faker on. Let's go and speak to Scott, a Man United fan. All right, Scotty boy?
How you doing, boys? You all right?
All right, Scott, what do you want to say?
Just want to say, I think it was a balance. I think a big turning point for me was when Kyle Walker went off for Foden, because no one got out the outside of Foden. Foden's not going to drift on the outside and take people on and beat them. Whereas Kyle Walker will go around and allow Foden to go inside. I think that's a massive problem for England when that happens.
Well, it's when you lose a right back of Kyle's stature, of that player, that brilliance, of course it's going to be a problem. But there was problems before that.
Let's go back to Wembley. Faker on, has got Gareth Southgate.
I have indeed. Gareth, not the start to 2024 in terms of a result as you may have wanted, but what did you make of the performance?
Well, with about 10 minutes to go, I was thinking that, we've had more than our share of the game. We've had as many attempts as they have had. Of course, with players in their attacking areas that they have, they're going to have those moments where they create something special. But we had similar moments, really, at the other end. And we'd seen a lot of players either for the first time or for, players who, had very little England experience. So,
Got some water. Are you okay?
So I was really pleased with some of those individual performances, both our regulars like Stones and Rice, who were both outstanding, but also people like Ezri Konsa, who came in for the first time, has to come on after 15 minutes of Mark Vinicius. It's a really tall order. He did that really, really well. Anthony Gordon, excellent debut. So in the context of what are we trying to learn, what are we trying to improve upon for the summer, we take a lot from the game, of course. When you lose, then there's always going to be negativity, but I've got to look, at the bigger picture.
Yeah, well, in terms of the bigger picture, what are the main learnings from this?
Well, I think, as I said, the performances of Rice, Stones, Pickford, for example, the way we played from the back through the pressure, under intense pressure of the opposition, that was very, very important. We've at times rushed those things in the past and not had as much control of the game as we did tonight against a team that pressed well. I thought our counter pressure and our high pressing was very good. We turned their possession over a lot. So we just lacked those little moments of quality in the final third, really, that would have been the key to winning the game.
Yeah, that's exactly what Anthony Gordon said to me, and Ezri Konsa said it felt on the pitch as if you certainly had full control of the game as well. It's always difficult, watching up from the commentary box, and we can be very critical in the media, as you know, when we're watching. But you've just gone toe-to-toe with Brazil, and we're in that game for 80 minutes, as you say. When we're kind of looking at what we can do better, creatively, quite clearly we can. How much of a miss is Harry Kane? I know you've just confirmed in the press conference that he's heading back to Munich, and it was a difficult night for Ollie Watkins tonight.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, no Kane, no Saka. They have started all of our big matches. So, but this was a hugely important opportunity for us to see Ollie, for him to get another high-level game. We just don't know what's going to happen in the summer. We could end up with the starting team that played tonight. They did so many things well. So the players we didn't have is obvious. The pleasing thing is that players came in playing, for many of them, the highest level of game they've had, and dealt really well with it.
How's Kyle Walker doing? Massive blow to lose him after 20 minutes, but Ezri came on and did a great job, bearing in mind, he wasn't expecting to be in that position so early. Yeah,
well, Kyle, we don't really know. He was feeling some tightness, so precautionary, we've taken him off, but it would be unusual to feel tightness that early in the game, so we'll have to see over the next 36 hours or so what that is. But as you said, for Ezri to come in very hard to come on as a defender anyway. He has been playing at right back, but it's not his first choice position, and I thought he dealt with that all brilliantly.
Just finally, as an overall picture, obviously we'll be able to look at that a little bit better after the Belgium game, and we know about the injuries and everything else. How do you feel? Because the criticism against this England side is always against bigger opposition and better teams, if you like. How do you feel the team coped against a side like Brazil?
I think it was evident to everybody watching the game. After 75, 80 minutes, I think the crowd were really pleased with what they'd seen. You could tell the fact that they'd seen new players, the fact that the team had taken the game to Brazil. Of course, everything then can turn because of the goals. So I can imagine what the response will be. That's football, but I have to look beyond that. And although we can sort of say quickly in a sentence, I know there are injuries, but there's about 15 now. So that of course impacts things. But for me, it's important to focus on those players that came in and did so well, because that's the learning for us, and that's what's important ahead of the summer.
Thanks very much, Gareth.
Thanks, Faye. Thank you.
Brilliant stuff, Faye Carruthers. That's England manager Gareth Southgate.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.